Hello everybody and welcome back to another episode of Project Oarai. Now, if you're wondering why I sound a little bit funny, I've been suffering from the flu for the past few days, so my voice is kind of going to sound like this for the remainder of the episode, so just bear with me, okay? Now, before we actually get into the episode, you'll all know that I had this weird problem where my game basically just died on me. And there wasn't really anything I could do about it. I tried a lot of things, funnily enough, and honestly, nothing kind of worked. But as you can see, Osaka Castle is back. I had to make some areas again because I had to go back a few saves, because the two that I was using were dead. I couldn't get them back because I'd already saved with the bug happening, but without knowing, which I'm going to show now, the bug. So basically, I thought it was intersection marking tool, because if I go down here, and if you pay very close attention to the trees on the left, if I do a line here, and we go down to the props, and we go down to using the fence that I used, which I thought might have been the bug, but it wasn't. You see how I've got some fences down here? Now we've still got trees. Everything's still working. Okay, the frames aren't very good right now. It's because I've got the because I've got my graphics set to max right now, because I was just recording some cinematics. And you see, this is working totally fine. So if I just get rid of this real quick, and then we go over here, and we just grab this modded road. It only appears to be this modded road. It appears to be all of these blue ones here. Not sure what it is with this road in particular, because my other modded roads work fine. But if we just bring this a little bit closer, like this, and we use intersection marking tool again, and we just draw a line like that. We go to props again, we look for fences. And this bug is the same with vanilla assets as well. Okay, just give me a second. It smelled weird. For some reason they're not showing up. So if we just do it again like that. Okay, it's not showing. I'm not really too sure what's going on right now. So let me... I don't want to show anything. Maybe that is a different one. But if I just grab this road here... Oh, so the bug's already taken effect. I just had to move away. So you see how everything tree related just vanishes? Now, that is because all my mods are basically just broken right now. All because I tried to do that line of props, which I should have known it broke anyway, because as you can see, you can't see the props on this piece of road for some reason. But if I zoom out, oh look, here they are, they're back again. But if I zoom in, everything's just kind of knackered. Look at everything, it's so scuffed. And what I did is, on the nighttime after finishing Osaka Castle, I went over there and started working on a new area. And I had this great idea of just doing a load of fences along this road here and concrete barriers on the inner. And I just copy and pasted it for each one. And then I saved it, and then I went to bed. And then when I woke up the next day, my game looked like them screenshots that I put in on Google, not on Google, sorry, on YouTube, the community page. So I'm not sure exactly why this causes it with that mod exactly, or that custom road, should I say. But I just wanted to show it just so you all could see, so that if you ever get a problem like this in the future, maybe you'll basically this might help someone. It probably won't help a lot of people, but I just wanted to show it just in case it might be able to help someone out there. So let's actually get back on with the video, shall we? Okay, so on to the actual episode. Even though I've been ill and pretty much dying, I've never felt this ill before. It's actually really terrible. But the one thing that's been keeping me going is I've just been so happy that my save is working, and it wasn't anything major. You know, it was just a little silly bug. Some weird interaction between that road and intersection marking tool. You know, it wasn't anything properly game breaking, like my saves actually ruined and all the other saves are ruined as well. So I was really happy about that, and I figured that I've got to make this episode really good, even though I only had kind of like a day or two to kind of even put something together for it. And I figured that for this stretch that we've got along the riverside, that I'd just try and cram and put as much detail into it as possible. So we're going to be putting in all the telephone lines. I'm going to be putting all the decals down on the roads, as well as we're going to be putting fences and just props along all the roadsides, just to try and make it look as realistic as possible. Now, I don't do this for everywhere on the map, simply because, unfortunately, the city is massive, and we've already built places like Oarai, Nonoshida, and the power plant. And I'm already at halfway. I didn't realize, but I'm halfway over the limit on my props. So, you know, I'm halfway there to meeting the game's max on what the engine can take. So I'm trying to keep my props in line for a lot of the other stuff that I know is coming in the future. Like, we still have Universal Studios. We still have a huge hotel stretch that's going to be connected to a custom train station that's going to be underneath the highway and all that type of stuff. So I've still got all them that I've got to think about. So I have to use like props and networks sparingly, so I don't not really wasting them, but I want to use them on the places that I know I can really go to town on the detailing around. But for this area, I made an exception because I figured, you know, I was just really excited that my game's working again. So yeah, there's going to be loads of detail in this episode. You're going to see we've got a few apartment blocks that we're going to be building. And then there's going to be this really big office building, which is kind of cool. I found it on the workshop. I've never seen a building like it before, so I figured I had to use it. And yeah, it's basically a lot of apartments and just maybe a few commercial shops, because I want to make sure that this side of the city has a lot more of housing for people. And then as you get closer into the city, you're going to get more of the commercial and stuff. But I'm thinking coming in next week's episode, sorry, I'm thinking that we're actually going to start flushing out the dock. So for maybe the next week or two, it's going to be all about filling out the dock. I've got quite a few ideas for the dock, because I want to have like a huge cargo area, but I also want a train line to work with it at the same time and actually be usable. But I also want a dock area that is all to do with transferring of cars and shipping them, because I've not really seen anyone do that on City Skylines before. Maybe someone has and I just haven't noticed. But I figured it'd be cool to kind of just have like this whole dock that's just got loads of cars, and then maybe we see if we can PO some of them in like shipping containers and all that type of stuff. I'm not too sure yet. I've still got to test out some ideas, but yeah, I really want to go to town on the docks and do a lot of detailing on them. But I'm not gonna say much more because I really do feel like death, so I'm gonna leave you with the rest of the episode, and I do hope you all enjoy. And like always, I'll see you all in the next one.
Bye.